Dennis, did Kool-Aid McKinstry get injured during practice?
Correct.
Is this like a new issue that you guys have had a lot of these injuries?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think, we've been doing the studies. Obviously, this year we're high. Last year we were probably right around league average in terms of soft tissue injuries, time missed, all that kind of stuff. First year we were well above average, meaning better. This year we're certainly, had a few more of those. So there's some things that we're going to do, to try to see if we can't figure out how to minimize that a little bit.
Is there anything specific about in practice injuries? I mean, have you increased pace or tempo or what you're doing? Or?
No, that hasn't changed. So, but there's going to be some other stuff, in terms of pre-practice that we're going to try to do to see if we can't minimize those things.
And 3 corners on your injury list, do any of them have a chance to play, or they're going to be ruled out?
No, I think Rico Payton has a chance.
Okay. McKinstry will be out.
McKinstry and Lattimore both are going to be out.
Is there anything you can elaborate on what y'all can do to alleviate that?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I think looking at hydration levels, a little more pre-practice stretch, activation period. So those are a couple things that we're going to look at.
Is that something that you guys already changed today or next week, or how soon are those changes going to affect?
Yeah, those things will go into effect next week.
Dennis, just getting an 11-year vet back at quarterback, how does that help with just some of the negative plays y'all have accumulated, sacks and
yeah, well, look, I mean, hopefully that'll have a big positive impact. I thought this week in practice, I thought offensively, we looked really sharp, and so, my hope is that carries over into the game. But I think anytime you get, a player like Derek that comes back, somebody with experience, he's broken a lot of huddles throughout his career. So just, being able to get the communication, everybody get lined up, make sure everybody's on the same page. I think that'll improve with a veteran quarterback back there.
A couple of the team captains said that the meeting was at dinner. Where'd you guys go? Or
we had dinner brought in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Cajun flair. All right. Katie's was it?
When it comes
All
to
good.
the quarterback situation there, do you plan to utilize Alontae Taylor the same way that you did in the previous 2 matchups where he's on the outside and moves inside, or are you?
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out during the game.
KJ Miller, is his obviously the first hamstring he suffered was a multi-month thing, right? As severe? Or?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what that entails. I mean, all of these are different, and so I think we'll just go through the rehab process and see how it goes.
Are any of the guys out candidates for IR or anything?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, we'll see.
Dennis, the kind of almost sacks that y'all have kind of racked up, getting the pressure, getting to the quarterback but not bringing him down, has that been a focus to try to reverse that?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a focus to try to finish the play.
Right.
I mean, I think that's part of that's kind of the difference between being an effective defense, and at times not being as effective as you need to be. I think finishing the play down the field, finish with the tackle, finish with the sack. Those are all things that I think we've got to be better at. And when you do those things, you minimize the amount of plays that you're playing, and you minimize the amount of times the offense has an opportunity to attack you.
I think Cam also said about meeting you guys up with the captains was one of the topics was whether the message was still getting across, or what did the players tell you about that message, and was there anything about their feedback that?
Well, their feedback was all positive. Their feedback was positive. Felt like the locker room was in a good place from a mental standpoint. And look, I think I've been in part of some teams that have had struggles, and some things where things begin to fracture. That's not the case here. I think we got good veteran leadership. I think that's part of the thing that helps in these difficult situations. So, but what helps more than anything is going out and getting a win. And so I think that's where our focus has to be this week.
What is it like? I'm sorry, I know y'all trying to break. What is it like preparing for a team that's really struggling in Panthers?
Same as it is every week. I think every week you go into the game and obviously we're looking at the things that they do offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game. Trying to put together a game plan that we think gives us an opportunity for success. But as it is every week, it's really more about us. It's about our attention to detail and about our execution. And so that's really where our focus has been all week this week.
Does being down 75% of your corners change what you can, what you plan to be able to do?
Yeah, I think we just got to get into the game plan and see how the game plays out. All right, guys, thanks.
Thank you.